All right, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me at the noon WITN First Alert Desk. I'm Amarachi Uche. I'm in for Charlie Ironmonger. He's working on something right now for the holidays. I can't spoil too much, but I'm here to give you your news updates. We're going to get started with one out of Kinston. So 2 Fayetteville teenagers are facing charges for a shooting last month at a Kinston convenience store. Kinston police on Tuesday charged 19-year-old Kamari Gunter with attempted first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious injury, breaking and entering a motor vehicle, 3 counts of felony conspiracy, and discharging a firearm within city limits. And Thomas Watson was shot in the abdomen at a Circle K on North Heritage Street back on November 21st. Gunter and a 17-year-old were found in Fayetteville, and police say when they were arrested, they were found with a vehicle stolen from Kinston the day of the shooting. Now Gunter is being held without bond. Turning now to a story that we first brought to you an hour ago at 11 a.m. regarding a Greenville pedestrian that was hit in a crash on 10th Street. So police say a pedestrian was severely injured when she was hit by a car this morning on a busy Greenville street next to ECU's campus. The single vehicle crash happened just before 9 a.m. on East 10th Street at College Hill. Lieutenant Brandon Edgerton says the car was heading westbound on 10th Street when the crash happened at the intersection. It appears the victim first made impact with the car's front fender on the driver's side and then hit the windshield. Police say they were still working to identify the victim and do not know if she is college age or not. Police say at last check at the hospital, the victim is expected to make a recovery. So that is an update that we didn't have at 11 a.m. The street was closed to all traffic as police investigated the crash, but it has since reopened. So we wanted to give you an update on that story as well. Turning now to national news, we're learning more insight from the White House about a strike on a suspected drug boat in early September. WITN's White House correspondent John Decker shares more on that.
President Donald Trump made clear that he personally had no involvement in ordering a strike on an alleged drug boat on September 2nd.
I didn't know about the second strike. I didn't know anything about people. I wasn't involved in it. I knew they took out a boat. But I would say this, they had a strike. I hear the gentleman that was in charge of that is extraordinary. He's an extraordinary person.
Also claiming limited knowledge of a second strike on 2 survivors of the first strike, Secretary Pete Hegseth, who said that he left the room ahead of the second attack, only learning of it about an hour or 2 later.
A couple of hours later, I learned that that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do, and by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Lawmakers from both parties are now questioning whether targeting helpless individuals in a shipwreck amounts to a war crime, and both the Senate and House Armed Services Committees have launched separate investigations. Despite that, Hegseth said the policy of targeting alleged drug boats from Venezuela will continue.
President Trump said, no, we're taking the gloves off. We're taking the fight to these designated terror organizations, and it's exactly what we're doing. So we're stopping the drugs, we're striking the boats. We're defeating narco-terrorists.
Secretary Hegseth reiterated that he had authorized Navy Admiral Frank Bradley to execute the operation. Bradley is expected to brief senior lawmakers regarding both military strikes in a classified session on Thursday. At the White House, I'm John Decker.
All right, and again, that was John Decker reporting. Now, I wanted to quickly wrap things up with a reminder about our Toys for Tots drive that we have going on here at WITN. We are a drop-off site for your Toys for Tots, and we're accepting donations until December 11th. That is next Thursday, so the day is coming up quick. You can drop off new and unwrapped toys at our station from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's at 275 East Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. We have plenty of sponsors that are making this thing possible, and our station is already full of so many toys, and we would like to fill it more. So if you are able to, please drop off toys for part of Toys for Tots. Now, usually I had Dustin here, but he is doing the noon right now. He will be back here at 1 p.m. and join us then for some news and weather updates. But until then, I'll see you then.